Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
The time is now, and there's no looking back as Mike Trout and the Angels play 7 of their next 10 games against the first-place Oakland Athletics. Jared Weaver totes a slam tonight as the Halos look to start the second half off with a bang. A's, Angels, next. After a very well-deserved all-star break, the Angels are back at it, kicking off a 6-game homestand tonight, game number 1 against the visiting Oakland Athletics. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big Ant, alongside my broadcast partner, Mark Gubicz. I'm Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us for Angels baseball once again here on Fox Sports West. Mention the Oakland Athletics, and you can't forget the fact that they are in first place. A 2-game lead at the start of the day over the Texas Rangers. The Angels 11 games back. The Halos certainly have not fared well against the Athletics.
Yeah, Victor, it's an opportunity to be able to get back in the race here in the AL West, but they have to play much better against Oakland. Just 1-5 this season. Reason why is the team ERA almost at 7. A lot of walks per game for the pitching staff against Oakland. A lot of patience for them. You got to be able to establish your fastball early on and be able to finish off with your secondary pitches. When you do that, you can get these guys out. Their batting averages aren't necessarily high, but they're very patient and look for the long ball.
I mentioned the first of 6 on this homestand. First of 20 in a row until the next off day, and you're going to have the ace on the mound in Jared Weaver.
He's throwing the ball so well against Oakland. His last 9 starts, he's been exceptional. The really big thing for Jared, establishing his fastball. When he does that, his secondary pitches are very, very effective. His changeup's been outstanding. Curveball, very good against Coco Chris. I mentioned 9 starts, 6-1 with an ERA under 1, .92 for Weave against Oakland. He's got to go out there with that fastball first and foremost early on, and then finish off with his slow curve and changeup.
Yeah, Jared was cruising in his last start up until 2 outs in the 6th. Then all of a sudden the floodgates opened up against the Seattle Mariners. See what the Angels can do tonight, kicking off this 3-game set against the Oakland A's. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return.
Angels Baseball is brought to you by the Hyundai 100,000 Reasons event, now through July 31st. By Corona, who invites you to find your beach. And by Mercury Insurance. Get 2 Angels tickets with a fast free auto insurance quote from Mercury Insurance. Log on to angels.com/Mercury to learn more.
Athletics. Bob Melvin and Mike Scioscia have already met at home plate, exchanged the lineup cards for the proverbial second half of the season. Of course, Mike Scioscia, 1,199 career victories for him. A win tonight as he looks to Jered Weaver and telling him, you better get me my win tonight for number 1,200.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Exactly right then. Get us going here in the second half, but above all, get my 1,200th career victory as a manager for the Angels.
Yeah, no pressure whatsoever.
No, none, zero.
Yeah, the Angels need to get it going here in the second half. Obviously, coming off the 3-game sweep at the hands of the Seattle Mariners up in Safeco Field, and not the way you wanted to go into that 4-day break, especially after splitting that 2-game set in Chicago against the Cubs.
Yeah, certainly a lot of momentum going into Seattle, but hey, that bottom line, you had those 4 days off to clear the mind, get some players healthy once again to be able to have that charge in the second half. If you play Oakland 7 times here over the next couple of weeks, an opportunity to make up some serious ground against a team ahead of you.
Does it work into your advantage having those 4 days off, especially after the way things ended?
Exactly. I mean, a lot of times when you're playing well, you don't want those 4 days off, but when you struggle the last 3 games, you want those days, and all of a sudden you recharge, you're ready to go.
Well, let's take a look at Bob Melvin and his Oakland Athletics. First place in the American League West, 56-39 on the season. 26-24 out on the road. This is the lineup that Bob Melvin will present tonight. Coco Crisp leading things off at center. John Jace is the catcher. He'll bat second. Josh Donaldson left off the All-Star roster, having a very good season at third base. Jed Lowry is the cleanup hitter at the shortstop position. Yoenis Cespedes, the home run derby champion, in left. Brandon Moss at first. Josh Reddick in right. Seth Smith is the DH tonight. Eric Sogard will bat ninth and play second base. Taking on Jered Weaver, looking to bounce back after that start, in which he struggled in that 6th inning against the Seattle Mariners. Comes into this one with a 3-5 mark.
Yeah, he's been very good, though. Other than that, his last 4 starts, ERA is barely over 2. We talked about him in the opening as far as his numbers. Last 9 starts versus Oakland, 6-1. Team 8-1 in those 9 starts. ERA under 1. When you look at their lineup, Oakland, against Jered Weaver, they have 7 batters in this lineup tonight with batting average well under 200 career-wise against Jered Weaver. So that plays into certainly a positive for Weaver.
Check out the defense for the Angels behind Jered Weaver. J.B. Shuck is in left field. Mike Trout in center. Josh Hamilton in right. The infield consists of Alberto Carrasco, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Mark Trumbo from third to first, and Chris Iannetta behind the plate.
And the All-Star patrolling center field, Mike Trout. Most times when Weaver's on his game, it's going to be more of a fly ball type pitcher, although Weaver can get some ground balls. Trout, tremendous coverage in that center field position, goes back so well. Just 1 error in 58 starts in center field this season.
You know, the one thing that we take away from Weaver's start on Saturday against Seattle, very good off-speed pitches and command of those pitches, which is something, as you've pointed out, coming back, especially missing so much time, that sometimes it takes a little time to find that command.
Yeah, that feel pitch, and that's the most important thing. And again, we talked about it earlier today with Weaver. Get that fastball over early in the game and then start utilizing that slow curveball changeup. Very, very effective against this Oakland lineup.
Here's the first one tonight. Coco Crisp fouls it off. No balls and a strike on Crisp, hitting .263, 9 home runs, 35 runs batted in. This is an Oakland A's team that finds ways to win. Granted, they've got the best pitching staff in the American League as far as ERA, 3.62 as that off-speed pitch misses high. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
And I think the big thing you can certainly say that Oakland does in the batter's box, they fight. They don't give in. They work counts. They're not necessarily up there looking for pitches out of the strike zone. They're going to go up there and make sure you throw all your pitches in the strike zone early on in the count, and then they will expand their strike zone.
That on-base percentage as a team 6th in the American League at .322. But all the other numbers they have struggled with, but although they've gotten it done when they've needed to. At .268 batting average with men in scoring positions. The 1-2 is down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Crisp. Oakland's played well within the division, a 23-15 record. The Angels, not so well, 15-23. 2-2 on the way. It's down and in, a full count.
It's one thing Coco looking throughout this at bat so far, a number of fastballs. That last one, a curveball. Weaver's been very successful against Coco using his curveball, slow curveball. Just hit a 133 in his career versus Weaver.
3-2 on the way. It's a chopper to short. Ibar has it. And there's the first out of the ball game. As John Jaso strolls to the plate, we'll take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
With Billy Carrington coming in tomorrow night to play a little concert. must be doing something right. This team right now, everyone has to go out with the mindset, I have to do whatever it takes to help this team win, whether it's making a play in the field, making a quality pitch on the mound, or having a very good at-bat, whether it's getting someone over or getting someone in. That's the importance right now, especially when you're playing Oakland.
Halos had himself a voluntary workout here at the Big A yesterday as John Jaso looks at a strike. Jaso batting second, doing the catching, hitting .269 with a couple of home runs, 20 runs batted in. Lifts this one in the air to shallow left. J.B. Shuck comes charging in, is under it. 2 outs.
And Jaso now just 1 for 12 against Weaver. So as a pitcher, when you see these guys in this lineup and the success you had as a pitcher against them, that plays into the positive mindset for you when you take the mound. There's no question about that.
2 outs, nobody on, and it is Josh Donaldson stepping up, the third baseman. Batting .310, 16 home runs, 61 runs batted in. Very disappointed that he was not selected to represent the American League in the All-Star game. Swings through the first one.
I don't blame him when you think about how many big hits he has had in the first half for Oakland. Also, plays an outstanding defense. And his numbers itself, batting average, run production, home runs, runs scored.
Not bad for a converted catcher. He was originally in the Cubs system. And has kind of evolved as a pretty good third baseman in the American League. And the offense has kind of picked up each year for him. Always very aggressive with the bat. Fouls that one straight back, and it's 1-2.
Always feel as a pitcher against him prior to this season, you can get him out away, whether it's a slider away or a fastball down and away.
Take a look at the standings in the American League West. Mentioned Oakland at the top, Texas 2 back. Texas currently trailing the Baltimore Orioles in Arlington 3-1. That game's in the 7th. And of course the Angels 11 back. Upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Donaldson with 107 hits at the All-Star break, time for 5th most in Oakland A's history. And the most since Carney Lansford had 118 back in 1988. Idetta sets up outside. The 2-2 is a swing and a miss. Down goes Donaldson and Weaver with a 1-2-3 inning. Well, to the bottom of the first, it'll be Shuck, Trout, and Pujols coming up with no score. Jared Weaver will check out Mike Scioscia, his starting 9 for the Angels tonight at 44 and 49. 11 back in the West. J.B. Shuck will lead things off and left. Mike Trout is in center. Albert Pujols at DH. Josh Hamilton into right field. It's Howie Kendrick at second base. Mark Trumbo at first. Alberto Callasco at third base. Chris Iannetta is doing the catching. And Eric Ibar rounding out that starting 9. He will play shortstop as they take on the 25-year-old right-hander native of El Cajon, California, by the name of A.J. Griffin.
Boy, 2-0 in his career versus the Angels with an ERA under 1 himself. Fastball not overpowering, but spots it well both inside and down and away. 87 to 92, slider, cut fastball, curveball, very good changeup.
J.B. Shuck ready to lead things off. Looks at a fastball for a strike. J.B. hitting .294, 12 doubles, 2 triples, 20 runs batted in. This one's looped foul and into the seats on the third base side. It's an 0-2 count.
And one thing all these Oakland pitchers do, especially their starters, they work quickly. They throw fastballs in off the plate. They keep you honest, and they all have very good changeups.
Griffin faced the Angels in his second start of the year right here on April the 11th. Picked up the win. 1 ball, 2 strikes, went 8 innings in that one. Gave up a run on 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, as you pointed out. Not really an overpowering guy. Can rack up some strikeouts when he's got it going good.
He's susceptible to the home run also. Has allowed 18 home runs.
Breaking pitch, little dribbler on the left side. That might go as an infield base hit. Donaldson can't get it, fires it away. And Shuck will end up at second base as Donaldson will get charged with his 9th error of the season. Probably an ill-advised throw.
And that's one of those plays, too. Even though you're coming in, you think you want to try to get him out. You got to let that one go. There's no way you're going to throw at J.B. Shuck. Slow curveball. Once it gets by Griffin, it's going to be a base hit. Your instincts say to try to make the play, but no way you're throwing out Shuck. And then the ball ends up in the stands and allows Shuck to get into scoring position.
No man in scoring position right from the get-go for Mike Trout. Shuck gets credit for a single. And of course, Donaldson with the error. Trout takes inside. Mike hitting .322. 15 home runs, 59 runs batted in. Donaldson playing in at third. Moss doing the same at first. That one is downstairs for ball 2.
Some good patience so far by Trout. Griffin tried to sneak a fastball in off the plate, then a fastball down. Great hitters count now for Mike Trout.
10-game hitting streak for Trout. Season long for him. It's 3-0. First base obviously open. Pujols on deck.
I almost think in terms of Mike Scioscia giving Mike Trout that opportunity. If he wants to get the green light 3-0, he has trust in his knowledge of the strike zone right now.
And that is a 4-pitch walk. So 2 on with nobody out for Albert.
Right away, put some stress on an infield hit, throwing error, and a walk right away. And Pujols to be able to come up here with an opportunity to give the Angels an early lead.
Albert hitting .249, 15 home runs and 57 runs batted in. 2 for 12 in the series against Seattle. Hopefully those 4 days off help that plantar fasciitis as he drives one out to left field. Moving over Cespedes as he makes the running catch. Shuck will stay at second. Well struck by Albert, but a nice play by Cespedes. Pardon, not Cespedes. Cespedes scratched. Looks like Chris Young getting to start at left field apparently. We'll take a look at that defense. Now it's Young in left, Crisp at center, Reddick in right, Donaldson, Lowry, Sogard, and Moss from third to first. Jaso is behind the plate.
Chris Young getting that start. We've seen him play some right field when he hurt his leg in Oakland earlier in the season. Has a good strong throwing arm himself. Has played center field the majority of his career, so he can go get a baseball with the best of them.
Josh Hamilton takes downstairs. Boy, talk about a late scratch as we didn't hear anything. Cespedes was listed in the starting lineup to play left. 1-0. Outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Josh hitting .224, 14 home runs, 39 runs batted in. This one's looped out toward right field. A lot of topspin on it. Diving for it is Reddick. He can't come up with it. Shuck was caught up between second and third. He'll be waved in. Trout's going to be stopped at third. And it's 1-0 Angels.
One of those tough plays as an outfielder, you react and come into the baseball right away. Initially, Reddick froze on the ball. Top hand swing like beyond board in tennis. Comes in there, tries to slide and make the play to keep it in front of him and gets it by him enough with J.B. Shuck able to score. Initially going back to second base. So seeing Reddick making all those outstanding plays, but unable to make that one. It falls in. And Hamilton gets an RBI single. Trout read it well. He's already at third base. Being able to put up the stop sign at that point. Reddick with an outstanding throwing arm in right field.
It is a double for Josh. His 19th of the year, picks up an RBI. His 40th is how he takes the breaking ball in the dirt. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Infield back for Oakland. 1-0 Angels here in the first. Now he taps this one up the third base line. Trout was going on contact, but it's a foul ball.
And a good decision when Mike Trout was running in. He was running right on that line coming down third base. Makes it a more difficult throw just in case that baseball was fair. Donaldson had a difficult throw to home plate. It would have been forced to throw at the first base. So those little intangibles that Mike Trout has, knowing it's a more difficult play for a third baseman to throw towards home.
1-1 pitch, fouled off to the right. 1-2. Howie, a .310 average, 11 home runs and 40 runs batted in. His 15 doubles and 4 triples. Now the 1-2. Breaking pitch in the dirt, smothered by Jaso. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the 2-2. Now he fouls it off to the right.
Very important run for the Angels right here. Worst case scenario for Howie, a ground ball to middle infielders. That'll get the job done, especially with Mike Trout at third base. You have to find a way to get this run across.
Mike doing his best to get a good lead over at third base. Going on contact. Donaldson, if it's grounded to him, he's got a very good arm. Breaking pitch, a swing and a miss, and Howie goes down for the second out of the inning. Slow curveball, not able to bring home a run, so the onus falls on Mark Trumbo to try to bring in some extra runs here.
A very difficult pitch as a hitter to stay back, especially after consistently throwing 90-91. Big 12-6 break on a slow curveball from Griffin. That one at 70 miles an hour.
Trumbo hitting .245 on a year with 21 home runs and 57 runs batted in. Angels on top 1-0. Mark swings through the high fastball. 0-1. Trout standing at third, Hamilton at second. Trumbo 2 for 11 in that Seattle series. Had a couple of runs batted in. 4 for 19 overall in that last road trip. Last homestand for the Angels, that's called a strike on the corner. 0-2. Ended well. That was that Red Sox Cardinals homestand, which the Angels went 4-2. Prior to going 1-4 on the road trip.
Exciting games in that series too.
Yep.
Both against the Cardinals and the Red Sox came back a number of those games. Significant comebacks.
0-2 pitch. Slow breaking ball. A little bit high. A ball and 2 strikes. 21 pitches thrown by Griffin so far. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 2 hits. It all started with J.B. Shuck and an infield single. Trout walk. Hamilton with the RBI double. Angels looking for more. Breaking pitch pulled down the line. Donaldson with a diving stop. Fires across the diamond. And the inning comes to an end. A terrific diving play by Josh Donaldson. saves the A's a couple of runs, but the Halos do strike for a run. We played one, and the Angels on top here early.
Boy, outstanding range, but a strong throwing arm enabled Donaldson to get Trumbo at first.
We're talking about a 3-0 Angels lead, but as it is, as we start the second, it's 1-0 Halos on the Hamilton RBI double. And here in the second, it'll be Lowry, Reddick, and we believe it'll be Brandon Moss. We've not been given the new lineup with Yoenis Cespedes, a late scratch. Chris Young getting to start in left field instead. Lowry, the shortstop, takes the changeup upstairs, and it's ball one. Not your prototypical cleanup hitter, Jed Lowry, but a .295 batting average, 7 home runs, 37 runs batted in. You see the .364 batting average. Switch hitter takes outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Lowry acquired in the offseason. Trade with the Houston Astros. Chris Carter deal. Slow breaking balls hit in the air to right. Playable for Josh. It's over. And there is out number 1. Tonight's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. We welcome your broadcast. We thank you for your service. One out, nobody on for Reddick. Right field, hitting .218. Takes down low. Reddick with 4 home runs, 32 runs batted in, off to a very slow start. His breakout season with the Athletics last year. Play him to pull with 3 infielders on the right side. There's a good look at the defense. 1-1. Reddick pulls one into the overshift. Eric Ibar in the second base position. That's a 6-3 putout for out number 2. Hey folks, tomorrow the Angels postgame summer concerts return with a country concert featuring Billy Currington, presented by Budweiser in association with K-Frog. Experience the concert up close on the field and purchase your wristband at Angel Stadium ticket office today.
Looking forward to that. Great concert after the game tomorrow night.
There's Yoenis Cespedes. Still no reason as to why he was scratched from tonight's lineup. Was in there, slated to bat in the 5 spot.
Well, he put on a magnificent display in the home run hitting contest.
Maybe still gassed from the home run derby.
Bet. That was fun to watch.
2 balls and no strikes.
Especially when he needed that last home run, and he knew he got it.
Oh.
455-foot shot.
Now there's bat flips, and then there's that bat flip.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
That was.
That was the exclamation point. 2-0 pitch to Moss, down and in. 3 balls and no strikes. Moss hitting .228, 16 home runs and 44 runs batted in. No matter what or where Brandon Moss seems to bat in the lineup for the Oakland A's, he seems to do damage to the Angels, unfortunately.
And he seems to always get himself in the great hitters counts. Does not chase many pitches.
Takes a strike, 3-1. From Weaver. Breaking pitch. Caught the corner. Full count.
Moss this season, .423 batting average against the Angels with 4 home runs and 12 RBI.
Here's the payoff. That is down and in. He walked him. 2-out walk. First base runner for Oakland. That'll bring up Chris Young.
Speaking of home run derby with Cespedes, it's a big Bryce Harper back on Monday night. Just colossal home runs throughout the entire event for Cespedes. What do you have? 16 or 18 home runs in that first round. Brings in the championship belt along with the trophy. Always fun to watch the enthusiasm he brought to that contest.
Weaver falls behind on Young at 1 ball, no strikes. Jared with a strikeout and now a walk with 2 outs here in the second. Young hitting .190, 8 home runs, 28 runs batted in, has 10 doubles, 1 triple. Part in a deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks. 1-1. First time these two teams have met since that meeting at the Coliseum. Which, Oakland took 2 of 3. That included that 19-inning extravaganza. Swing and a miss.
With 6 hours and 32 minutes?
Yeah. That was a game. As a matter of fact, that was game 1 of that 3-game set. Chris Young got hurt. Coco Crisp got hurt. Peter Bourjos hurt his hamstring.
That 3-game series, as far as time-wise, the longest in Oakland A's history for a 3-game series, time-wise.
Here's the 1-2. Down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Speaking of Peter, getting some not so great news. Still throwing, but unable to grab a bat and swing the bat as of yet. Bone hasn't fully healed to the way to the doctor's likings. Hopefully it's not too much longer before he gets back in. 2-2. Full count. So back-to-back batters. Weaver's gone to a full count. Moss will be off with the pitch with 2 outs, and the Angels up 1-0 here in the second.
Yeah, unusual too for Weaver. 30 pitches thrown, 15 in the strike zone, 15 out. And he's at least 2-1 as far as the ratio for strikes to balls.
Moss takes off. The 3-2 is fouled back off the mask. A good crowd here tonight. Still filing in here on Big Bang Friday. Folks jonesing for some baseball.
Always been a pretty good matchup between Oakland and the Angels over the years. Very, very tight as far as wins for either team.
Another 3-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Young. The inning comes to an end as we head to the bottom of the second with the Angels on top 1-0. Do on his All-Star break? Did he go hunting? Did he just lay out, or did he do his laundry? Hashtags are to the right. Send us a tweet at Fox Sports West. We'll give you a running total a little bit later on. Tim Salmon on the pregame show saying that more than likely he did laundry, because that's what you do on an All-Star break. Get caught up.
But yeah, no question. That's something you would definitely love to do.
Alberto Callaspo fouls off the first pitch, starting the bottom of the second. It's an 0-1 count. Callaspo, Iannetta, and Ibar. Bottom third of the order here against A.J. Griffin. Alberto with a 9-game hitting streak. Raised his average to 271. 1 ball, 1 strike now. 13 doubles for Callaspo. We're told that Yoenis Cespedes was a scratch from this game due to a left wrist soreness. So you wonder if that is a little residue, if you will, from the home run derby.
Well, we've always seen some guys come back from that derby and get slow starts from swinging so hard, go back to their normal element. Mike Scioscia was concerned a little bit about that. There was talk about Mike Trout possibly being in there, and he was happy when Mike Trout was not picked to be in that home run derby.
So chopper foul on that slow breaking ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, you wonder how serious it would be if everyone thought he was going to get the start. And obviously went through batting practice, felt good enough to.
He's had some issues with his wrists before. That's the thing. Obviously, when you're this early in the second half, you want to make sure you're fine before you get back out there and playing.
Full count on Callaspo. Iannetta on deck. There's a 3-2. This is out toward left. Chris Young is there. 1 out.
The similarities between these 2 pitchers. Both have very good slow curveballs and get hitters out in front with their slow pitches.
Chris Iannetta steps in now. 211 batting average with 6 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Takes a fastball just off the corner for ball 1. Chris went 0 for 8 in the road trip. 0 for 6 in the Mariners series, off the end of the bat. Boy, that ball had a lot of spin on it. Sogard on the run, still throws out Iannetta for the second out.
A lot of people diving for that baseball. Sogard made a nice play using the bare hand to throw out Chris Iannetta. Well, baseball's gotten by barely. A.J. Griffin being aggressive going off the mound. Slow roller, had some serious spin to it. Looked like you're going bowling. Still able to get Iannetta at first base. That's a good play, especially when you think of the spin on that baseball, to use your bare hand and still be able to throw that off balance and get Iannetta at first.
Yeah, number 1, hope you field it cleanly, and 2, you got a decent grip to make that throw on the dive.
The ball looked like initially it was going towards the line.
Or the gutter, if you will, as
Yes.
Ibar lifts one out to center. First pitch swinging. Coco Crisp is under it. Angels go down in order here the second. 2 of the books. Halos on top 1-0.
headlines around Major League Baseball, some second half surprises. And Victor, you mentioned a little bit earlier, the on and off the DL, the number of players getting hurt at this particular point, pretty surprising, especially right out of the break. And a couple big stars trying to get back and helping their clubs out.
Here at the top of the third, the Angels on top 1-0, 8-9-1 for Oakland. Smith, Sogard, and then Crisp. Weaver with 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Pardon me, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Seth Smith, the DH, looks at strike 1. 267 batting average for Smith. 6 home runs, 32 RBIs. There's 20 doubles on the year. That one just missed it. It's up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Right out of the chute. Command a little bit of an issue, just missing for Weaver. Smith pulls it, probably lines it foul on the left side.
Yeah, we talked about the importance to have his fastball command kind of wavering early on, but that's something that we've seen over the years with Weaver, able to find that as the game progresses. Certainly he's able to find his feel for his changeup and slow curveball.
Smith, prototypical pull hitter. That's why the Angels overshift on him. He's a 2-seam fastball, or no-seam fastball, if you will. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Couldn't find that one. Couldn't quite find that one in Seattle.
I'm just going to say that was the pitch he didn't have a feel for whatsoever. It's an important pitch for him, especially against left-handed batters.
Boy, that's a nasty pitch down and in. Smith goes down swinging for the first out.
Very good sequence by Weaver. Did that no-seam fastball, missed in, but then came back in with a hard slider down and in. Old back leg slider. That's a very good spot for that pitch. Stayed on top, snapped it. A pitch that even if a hitter makes contact, will not be able to keep that one fair.
I was just going to ask you the effect of that pitch in comparison to the 2-seam fastball, whether or not he can throw a strike with it as Sogard takes ball 1. So if he misses in with that no-seam fastball, it still plants that in the back of the mind of a left-handed batter to kind of look in, because it's going to supposedly tail back over the plate.
And he also knows Weaver's reputation. He will back up that pitch with the exact same pitch in that same plane, so that forced him to protect inside and then swing over top of that hard slider.
Sogard at 255 this year. 14 doubles, a triple, has a home run. He pulls that one over the head of Mark Trumbo down into the right field corner. Slow breaking ball. Hamilton plays the carom cleanly. Sogard stops at second with a 1-out double. First hit of the night for Oakland.
And Sogard just 1 for 8 in his career versus Weaver before getting a hold of that slow curveball that was elevated enough for him to turn on it. 15 double, stayed in the middle part of the plate. Sogard's had some good numbers this season against the Angels. 357 batting average, jumped on that pitch and over the head of Mark Trumbo for a double.
So man in scoring position for Coco Crisp, center fielder. Grounded out to Eric Ibar to start the game. Callaspo in on the grass at third.
That's the pitch that's been very effective over the years for Weaver against Crisp. 6 for 46 in his career.
Oh, 2.
Boy, that 88 must look like it's 96 for Crisp after a slow curveball the pitch before. He's put up some great numbers against Oakland his last 20 innings. Reason why? A very effective off-speed pitch. No runs during those 20 innings pitched for Weaver against Oakland.
Sogard at second. Now the 0-2. Down and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coco with 9 home runs, and a lot of those, it seemed, were coming early on in the season. Good chunk of them have come out of the road for him. 8 of his 9 have been away from the Coliseum. Here's the 1-2. This one's popped up. Ibar and Callaspo cutting toward the foul line. Eric takes charge there. 2 outs.
Now here's tonight's Coors Light cold hard fact. We talked a little bit earlier in the game about how well these two teams have played against each other, and you can't get any better than this. The last 308 games, they have split 154 wins apiece since 1995. Look at the combined win to win the AL West titles, 9 of the last 11 seasons. Bob Melvin's done a solid job with Oakland. Of course, Mike Scioscia, an outstanding job with the Angels. That cold hard fact is brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Jaso at the plate with 2 outs. Sogard standing in scoring position. 1-0 Angels here in the third. Jaso at a fly ball to J.B. Shuck in the first. 0 for 1. Great numbers here at the Big A. 5 home runs, 20 RBIs, and a .433 batting average. Picked up in a trade with Seattle.
There's that no-seam fastball effective against Jaso.
One and two.
So far he's thrown him a 4-seam fastball, a no-seam fastball, and then a breaking pitch, slow curveball.
Not surprisingly, the Athletics a better hitting team out on the road than they are at the Coliseum, just because of the spacious foul territory at the Coliseum. .251 team batting average compared to .238. 1-2 is fouled off to the left.
Well, when you look at his stance, Jaso, you would think to open up, and then he closed, and he opens up his front hip. He's looking for something on the inner half. He's so quick. Any fastball inside, any hard slider, I think a slow curveball away, changeup away, fastball even off the plate away. Effective against him.
Shuck very shallow in left field. Trout a couple of steps to the alley in left center, so the opposite way for Jaso. Howie deep at second, a couple of steps onto the outfield grass. Breaking ball is down and in.
Well, even how he tracked that hard slider, because he's looking and hoping to get something on the inner half. And you wonder if we will go change up, down, and away.
Halos with a run in the first. J.B. Shuck an infield hit. Moved to second on a throwing error by Donaldson and brought home by the Hamilton double. Now the 2-2. So takes the off-speed pitch high. And a full count.
Well, he tried that changeup away, but it's a little bit high. The 4th full count of the game here for Weaver.
Payoff pitch. Jaso lays off, and it's a walk.
Looked like Tom Hallion was thinking about bringing him up. He's going to take a little quick walk around the mound to gather himself. And just ran off the plate. That changeup had a lot of movement on it. Pretty good eye by Jaso not to swing at that.
Two walks tonight to go with 3 strikeouts. And now has to face Josh Donaldson with 2 outs. Both of the walks coming with 2 outs. Moss in the second, and now Jaso here in the third. Donaldson 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. One and 0. That'll even the count. Donaldson a sandwich pick between the first and second rounds back in 2007 by the Cubs at Auburn University. At 259 last year with 11 home runs and 46 runs batted in. Back.
That pitch was right down the middle of the plate, but it was at 72. So Donaldson just out in front enough just to foul it off. Weaver so far as his pitch speed comparison, best fastball 90s at 4 at 90 so far. Slowest pitch is 69 mile an hour slow curveball.
It's fouled back.
Hernandez is now ready for the second half after that foul tip.
It's a couple of them now.
So you want to be a catcher, do you?
Tools of.
There's no question about it. That's why I always took care of my catcher after every game and towards the end of the season. Dinner. Certainly was not friendly to a catcher. A lot of pitches in the dirt.
Another 1-2. This one's fouled back our way, just above us. Sogard with a one-out double stands at second. Jason with a walk is over at first. 24 pitches thrown by Weaver so far here in the third inning. This one's pulled down the line, backhanded by Callaspo, races to the bag and got him at third. Close play, Ron Copeland will get an argument from Mike Gallego and Bob Melvin, but the inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the third here at the Big A with the Angels still on top.
Boy, great reaction by Callaspo to make that play and the head first slide. Wow, real close.
Eric Sogard called out at third base on that play to end the top of the inning. Callaspo diving for him. Kind of almost got lost a little bit. Forgot what the situation was. Forced play at third base.
Yeah, if he goes right to the base with the glove, it's a much easier play for him. But it's showing some outstanding range. And then to dive and trying to tag Sogard. But if he goes right to the base, there's no question at all about what the call is. But it looked like Sogard got his hand in there just before Callaspo applied the tag. Anyway, you look at though, Callaspo made a nice play. If it goes down the line, that's a two-run double.
Right.
He saves a run regardless, but then gets the benefit of the call at third base.
Top of the order for the Halos here in the third. Shuck, Trout, and Pujols. JB with an infield base hit and a run scored in the first. As the count evened up on him at 1-1. Halos 11-5 with JB batting in that leadoff spot. Fouls that one back. That breaking pitch in on the hands of the left-handed batter. Breaking pitch, tap or foul.
Well, he's got a real good feel for that pitch now in this game. You wonder if it's going to be close enough to be a strike.
One, two, misses in. Griffin with a strikeout and a walk. 2 hits allowed. All of that happening in the first. Had himself a 1-2-3 second inning. This one's pulled over to first base. Moss backs up on it. It's going to be a foot race. Griffin beat Shuck to the bag for the first out. And we here at Fox Sports West are offering a special discount to our viewers on Angels tickets for this Monday with our Fox Sports West ticket takeover. Just log on angels.com/FSWest during the broadcast and enter promo code FSWest. You can save up to 50% on these select tickets while supplies last. All Ticketmaster fees do apply. Hurry and log on now. These tickets will sell out fast. The Minnesota Twins rolling into town for a 3-game set. 2 night games and a day game on Wednesday afternoon.
Joe Mauer coming into town. Justin Morneau. Mauer, starting catcher for the All-Star team for the victorious American League.
Trout drew a walk in the first. An official at bat for him. Oh, 2.
Mike Griffin does not waste any time. Pitches inside extremely well.
Three straight fastballs to start off this plate appearance. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's fouled back. Slow breaking ball.
Let's take a look at our AT&T U-verse rewind. Speaking of the victorious American League in the All-Star game, Mike Trout, first pitch of the game against Matt Harvey. Fastball away. Ropes it right down the right field line, leading off with a double. 1 pitch seen and a double for Mike Trout in the All-Star game. Well, there were some guys throwing extremely hard in that All-Star game.
Yes, there was. No off speed, Masters. 1-2, a little bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, you didn't see a lot of those 70-mile-an-hour curveballs. Matt Harvey, after a rough start, gave up the double, then hit Robinson Cano. All of a sudden, everything was 96 to 98.
2-2 is just off the plate. Griffin with his right hand on his hip. He thought he had a strikeout.
And Tom Hallion, usually behind the plate, is a guy that calls a lot of third pitch strikes.
Pujols on deck. 1 out here to third.
And pretty consistent umpire Tom Hallion. That pitch looked like it was a little bit off the plate.
Three-2. Got him. Took something off. 2 outs.
With a conversation with Mike Trout saying to Pujols, that was a pretty good changeup, looked like. Yeah, the circle changeup. Out in front. And they've seen a lot of fastballs and some curveballs. Got a straight changeup from him.
So 2 outs, bases clear for Pujols. Albert looks at a fastball right down Broadway. Griffin's retired 7 in a row since the Hamilton double into shallow right field. Albert 0 for 1. He lined out to Chris Young at left. Two balls and a strike. That's the pitch for the good chunk of the first 3+ months of the season has given Albert a lot of headaches. Pitch down and in.
And a lot of clubs exploiting that part of the strike zone against Pujols.
Breaking pitch. Swings through it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oakland with 3 infielders on the left side, although now Sogard, just directly behind second base, moves over to the second base side. Moss way off the line at first. Two punch outs, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed for A.J. Griffin, product of University of San Diego.
Well, it's a beautiful campus down there. A lot of improvement on their baseball field. He's thrown 49 pitches so far, 28 in the strike zone.
2-2. Lays off. Full count. Griffin, a 13th round pick by the Oakland A's in 2010. To the big leagues for the first time last year. They 15 starts. Was spectacular. 7-1 with a 3.06 as Albert bounces this one up the line foul. Reset and do it again.
Not quite the fanfare of Parker, Straley, but hey, A.J. Griffin is a complete pitcher. There's a lot of strikes, changes speeds very well, doesn't waste time on the mound. Very good numbers last season and of course this season so far too.
3-2 in the air to deep left field. Chris Young is going back at the wall and gone. A big fly for Albert Pujols. 2-0 Angels.
And when you're around the strike zone a lot, every once in a while you'll make a mistake. That's the 19th home run that Griffin has made this year. Albert Pujols jumps on that breaking pitch, 16th home run of the season, 58th RBI. First at bat hit well too. That Chris Young ran down in the first inning. This breaking ball that spun over the middle part of the plate, and Pujols does not miss that one. Well out in left field.
Hamilton drives one out to center, but Coco Crisp out played perfectly. The inning comes to an end, but Albert Pujols with his 16th of the year gives the Angels a 2-0 lead through 3. Two to nothing as we start the fourth. I want to remind you, tomorrow the Angels' wives and the Anaheim Firefighters Association will host their Fill the Boot fundraiser, benefiting the Muscular Dystrophy Association of Orange County. They will be collecting donations beginning at 5 p.m. outside the Angel Stadium gates. For more info, just log on at angels.com/community. Lowry, Reddick, and Moss for Oakland here in the fourth. Jared Weaver, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 57 pitches through 3. Looks like he slipped on that delivery. That off-speed pitch misses down and away. Gets by Iannetta. Lowry hit a fly ball to right field leading off the second. So he's 0 for 1. Texas has lost tonight. That game has just gone final in Arlington. 3-1 Orioles. This was lifted in the air to shallow left. J.B. Shuck comes charging in. Makes the grab for the first out. A lot of rumors, of course, with the July 31st non-waiver trade deadline coming up. The Matt Garza rumors flying earlier today that Cubs and the Rangers may have a deal in place, but all of a sudden late this afternoon that it's hit a snag, and perhaps the Cubs are looking at other options as well. Garza free agent to be, so you're looking at that whole rentals situation.
Yeah, there's always concern about his health, but he's been throwing the ball well since coming back from the disabled list. So he's certainly the big name out there as far as a pitcher that every team in contention wants.
Foul back, and it's an 0-2 count. Jake Peavy off the disabled list. I think he's going to get a start tomorrow. I know there's been some interest in him. Bud Norris is another guy for the Houston Astros. Garza's numbers at Rangers ballpark in Arlington, not pretty. ERA, I think, close to 6, if not over, just 6. 0-2. Reddick takes inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Part of it could be his face in that lineup for the Rangers over the years also. Although it is a very difficult pitcher's ballpark. There's no doubt about that.
Reddick loops one out towards shallow center field. Nobody can get that one with the overshift on. Ibar couldn't get there. And it's a 1-out single for Reddick. Second hit allowed by Weaver to bring up Moss with a man on.
You can't place a baseball any better if you're Josh Reddick. Got jammed on that slider and just flares it into the outfield. And certainly a stolen base threat. 6 stolen bases in just 6 attempts.
Moss drew a walk with 2 outs in the second, was stranded at first. Fouls off the first offering.
Boy, first at bat, Moss took some pitches, took some fastballs that were elevated. He was ready to let that one fly on the first pitch fastball.
Quick throw to first, and Reddick back in there.
Weaver, no pickoffs so far this year, but does have 18 career pickoffs. Very good total for a right-handed pitcher.
Moss skies one down the line. Hamilton can't see it. Unfortunately for the Angels, that ends up in the seats foul. That time of night here. If you don't follow the ball off the bat, tough to pick up.
What you could hope for is it would be high enough to be able to, at some point, be able to track it down. It's be able to make a play on it. And J.B. Shuck had a similar reaction on his fly ball that he caught the first out of this inning.
Oh, 2 on the way. Up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Moss had a heck of a year with Oakland last year, his first. Matter of fact, he played 51 games at AAA before getting called up. Got into 84 games with the Athletics, hit 21 home runs, 52 runs batted in. That one's off the end of the bat, foul on the changeup. Reddick was on the move. Count remains at 1-2. That was a career high for him in home runs. As far as the major league level, he did more than that down in the minor leagues. But never been able to put it all together in the big leagues until last year.
He's worked the counts very well, getting the fastball counts. And that's the philosophy that Chili Davis, the hitting coach for the A's, has preached. Is get yourself into fastball counts and don't miss that fastball when you get it.
This one pulled foul. Moss originally in the Red Sox organization. There's Chili.
And he's a big believer in that fact is you got to get a fastball no matter what. It could be the first pitch. You know, we talked about them being patient, but that might be your best pitch to drive. We saw Brandon Mosta's first swing, 85-mile-an-hour fastball. And Chili had a lot of success jumping on a fastball throughout his career.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. There goes Moss for out number 2.
Boy, good fastball at 88 miles an hour for Weaver. Just enough movement on the outside part of the plate. Get the swing and miss. Number of pitches off the plate. Couple just enough in the strike zone to make Moss chase something out of the strike zone.
So 2 outs, Reddick still at first, and here's Chris Young, the left fielder. Struck out there in the second. Weaver now with 4 strikeouts to go with 2 walks and 2 hits allowed. .70 pitches now thrown by Weaver. Chris Young, a lot of power, but also very susceptible to the strikeout.
Tell you what, Weaver has Reddick set up. If he steps off quickly off the pitching rubber and throws over the first, he may be able to get him.
0-2.
The reason why I said that, because when he stepped off originally, he looked to see if he went back quickly to the base. Sometimes a base runner, this kind of freezes, this assumes you're not going to throw over, but if you follow that right up with a step off the pitching rubber and fire over quickly, you have a chance of picking off the base runner who's trying to get that little bit bigger lead against you.
0-2. This one's fouled back with a fastball away.
Pretty high pitch total already in the game for Weaver here in the 4th inning, trying to finish it off. 3rd inning, 25 pitches for Weaver.
Reddick takes off, and this is fouled off the end of the bat, off of Iannetta.
Reason why you'll see a base runner going on an 0-2 count, the anticipation of something off speed, either bouncing and break a ball or change up in the dirt. Better opportunity to be successful stealing. Even if you're thrown out, you give that batter a fresh count the next inning.
Yep. Reddick doesn't go, and it's a swing and a miss by Young. Back-to-back strikeouts to finish off the 4th. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Kendrick, Trumbo, and Callaspo coming up with the Angels on top.
Angels Baseball is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Go big at a Jack in the Box near you with Jack's new Big Stack Burger. And by Chase. Manage your account on the go whenever and wherever you want. The Chase mobile app, so you can.
Angels on top by the score of 2-0 as we start the bottom of the fourth inning. A.J. Griffin back to work. He'll face Howie Kendrick, Mark Trumbo, and Alberto Callaspo. Halos with a run in the first inning on the RBI double by Hamilton. And a run in the third, courtesy of Albert Pujols. 2-out home run for him, 16th of the year. 491st of his career. Howie 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. Change up there. That's an 0-2 count. Ground ball down the line. That's a fair ball on the changeup. Kendrick rounding first. Going to try to go to second. Reddick with a very good arm. Howie is in there with a leadoff double.
Reason why Howie was able to be successful getting that double goes right out of the batter's box. Once that got down the line, he was thinking double because it takes a good jump out of the batter's box to be able to beat that throwing arm from Reddick. He's making that turn right away, thinking double. And a head first slide just gets in before the throw, right on the money from Reddick. It's a tough throw, but accurate throw once again from Reddick. 3 outfield assists this year. Not many people would take that chance of running against him.
How about that 2-strike approach right there on a changeup away?
And that's one thing about an 0-2 changeup. Although as a hitter you're in protect mode, you have a better chance of protecting against a changeup than you would be a hard fastball away.
16th double of the year for Howie. Man in scoring position for Trumbo. Grounded out to end the first inning. That was that fantastic diving play by Donaldson to the backhand. Double by Howie. 4th hit for the Angels so far. 0-1. Slow breaking ball. A little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Halos tonight through the first 3 innings. 1 for 4 with men in scoring position. That caught the corner. 1-2.
Way out there, slow curveball at 68, and you paint the outside corner with a fastball at 88. And just right along that border of the outside corner again, Trumbo. Tom Hallion calling that pitch for Griffin.
Trumbo chases the pitch up around his neck for the first out. 3rd strikeout for Griffin.
Look at our Nissan upcoming schedule. We talked about teams ahead of the Angels, an opportunity to make some movement in this division, including tonight. 13 of the next 20 games are against the Athletics and the Rangers. The final 16 games of the season are against AL West opponents, 6 versus the Athletics and 4 versus the Rangers. So time is there for the Angels, but you have to play consistent baseball.
Callaspo looks at strike 1. Alberto's 0 for 1. Hit a fly ball to left field leading off the second. Bounces this one softly toward the middle. Backhanded by Sogard. The off-balance throw is on target. 2 outs. Howie advances 90 feet. He stands at 3rd now.
Pretty significant though now with Howie at 3rd base. Griffin has 7 wild pitches on the season, so you can get a gift run on the breaking pitch in the dirt from Griffin.
Inetta loops one behind first base. First pitch swinging, and the Angels waste a leadoff double as Kendrick is stranded at 3rd. We're through 4. It's still 2-0 Angels. CarMax invites you to get your vehicle appraised at Angel Stadium. And also meet Adam Kennedy this Tuesday when the Halos take on the Twins. Log on now to foxsportswest.com/CarMax to sign up for your complimentary parking and schedule that vehicle appraisal. Hurry, space is limited.
Hang out with Adam Kennedy.
AK, still not officially retired that we know of.
World champ.
Yep.
3 home run game against the Twins in the playoffs.
We were to face 8, 9, and 1 against Oakland here in the 5th inning. Smith, Sogard, and Crisp. Smith a strikeout victim in the 3rd. And he will look at a strike. Nice job by A.J. Griffin working around that leadoff double to Howie Kendrick. 1-1 now. Halos now 1 for 7 tonight with men in scoring position. In that series against Seattle, Angels were just 3 for 20 with men in scoring position. They certainly had the opportunities, just did not capitalize in the 3 games.
Especially against Iwakuma, a guy that's had the Angels numbers for a couple of years.
Yep.
And he made some mistakes, but the opportunities were there, but real clutch hitting at that point.
Halos out hit Mariners on Sunday 8-7, but just 1 for 7 with men in scoring position. And while some will ask about the long ball and hasn't been prevalent for Pujols Hamilton this year, Smith takes down and in for ball 3. Really, if those guys just drive the baseball necessarily on the long ball side of things, but situationally, and kind of keep that lineup turning over, as we've seen during the 2 winning streaks, the prolonged winning streaks, that's what kind of makes the Angels dangerous. 1 through 9. 3-1 pitch is a curveball for a strike.
And throughout their careers, both Hamilton and Pujols have been very productive. Yes, they will hit their home runs, but they get those big hits to drive in runs. An 8-game win streak, a 7-game win streak for the Angels this year.
Here's the payoff. Smith swings and misses on the changeup. 1 out.
3 punch outs in a row now, 6 in the game for Weaver. Great changeup. Perfect circle changeup. As a hitter, you think fastball, you're reading fastball in the rotation of the scenes, but you're well out in front at 76.
Eric Sogard, the batter, doubled his first time up down the right field line. 15th double of the year. One ball, 1 strike. Oakland with no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. They've stranded 4. Halos with 2 runs, 4 hits. They've left 3 on base. Oakland pops it up, third base side. Chris Iannetta moving over. Teoscar comes in, but Iannetta makes the grab for round number 2. Hey, folks, on Tuesday, the Angels will be taking on the Minnesota Twins at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive the old Surfin' Rally Monkey, courtesy of Yokohama, while supplies last. Purchase tickets today at Angels.com or by stopping by the Angel Stadium ticket office.
Can't wait for that one.
Isn't the U.S. Open going on right now? Or getting ready to start down at Huntington Beach? Surfing
I
competition?
think you might be right.
Right. Perfect time.
Yes. It's all about the timing and segue.
Crisp takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Coco 0 for 2. Ground ball to short, a pop up to short. That is looped out toward right center field, and it's a 2-out knock for Crisp.
Way a change up and just flared it into the outfield. The base hit now, you have a serious stolen base threat at first base. And a very dangerous hitter, especially here at the Big A, and John Jaso.
Crisp, 14 stolen bases, has been caught 4 times, but it's been a while since he stole a base. Just one bag over his last 27 games. Good lead for him over at first. First one to Jaso's high, and it's 1 ball, no strikes.
Again, the mindset again, if you're a pitcher right now, you have 2 outs. You focus on Jaso. Yes, you like to give Chris Iannetta an opportunity for Jared Weaver to throw him out at second base, but your focus has to be on him. All you need is that out here, and you're through the inning. With no outs, it's a different approach.
Jaso with a fly ball to left and a walk. 0 for 1. "86 pitches thrown by Weaver so far. 53 have been strikes. 6 punt shots, 2 walks. A lot of deep counts early on tonight.
Yeah, 5 full counts for Weaver.
Here's the 1-0. 1-1. Howie out in shallow right with Jaso at the plate. Chris put that big lead at first. Starts to go, then steps off, and the pitch out was on. 2-1.
Well, you can almost guarantee Chris was going to go now. Again, if you're Weaver, think of a quality pitch away. Force Jaso to hit the ball to left field. You have 2 outs.
Chris takes off. The 2-1 pitch is outside. A throw down is not in time. Stole a base. 15th of the year for Chris. Now a man of scoring position. Jaso with a 3-1 count.
Pretty good jump. Not a great jump for Chris. Accelerated quickly and head first slide into the base. Very good base runner. Reads pitchers very well.
Donaldson on deck. And he lays off, and it's a walk. Almost the same exact pitch that Jaso saw in the 3rd inning, in which he drew the walk. So Jaso with 2 of the 3 base on balls. A 2-out rally with a couple of men on now for Oakland here. Donaldson coming up. Mike Butcher's going to come out and pay a visit. Mentioned the pitch count now at 90 for Weaver.
Yeah, the last time around when Jaso walked, I didn't think that was a bad decision for Weaver. At that point, it was a 1-0 game. But when you're up by 2, you're more apt to challenge with a fastball away at that point. 3-1. Because Weaver can spot his fastball so well. A good fastball away. And Jaso's looking to try to turn on something. He can get himself out, hit a ground ball to second base on a good pitch that's located at that part of the plate.
Just 4 2/3 so far tonight. Donaldson, the third baseman, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fielder's choice. There's that ball that Callaspo backhanded and races to the bag and tagged out Eric Sogard. At least Sogard was called out at third to end the inning. First one on the way. Donaldson chops it foul. 0-1 count.
You can see Donaldson still trying to pull a break a ball or fastball away. If you can keep it down, you can get a ground ball to an infielder. It's pretty good on a fastball that's up and away, though, to drive the ball to right center field.
Hamilton in a couple of steps in right. Shuck in a little bit in left. Snap throw to first base, and they got him. The inning comes to an end. John Jaso runs the A's out of the frame. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Angels still on top. Chris Iannetta and Mark Trumbo at first base to pick off Jaso to finish off the frame.
I guarantee you that was a design play. Mike Butcher, when he went out to the mound, said if you see Jaso drifting off that base long enough, you're going to have a chance of picking him off, and that's exactly what Iannetta did. A perfect throw to Trumbo, good hard tag. Does not allow Jaso to get the hand back at the base and able to get through an inning, especially with a red-hot Donaldson at the plate. Fourth pickoff this season for Chris Iannetta. Perfect throw, great tag, good timing on the play.
That's picking up Weaver right there. A little two-out rally squashed by that pickoff. And if you're John Jaso, you just killed your potential rally with your three-hole hitter up. Angels will send up 9-1-2 here in the fifth. Ibar, Shuck, and Trout against A.J. Griffin with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk.
Again, that play works against a guy that doesn't have necessarily great speed because he's trying to get himself in position in case Donaldson hits a gapper that he can score. So he's going to drift a little bit further off the base. Smart decision by Iannetta, Trumbo, and I think Mike Butcher behind that too, has said if you see him drifting, pick him off at first.
Ibar saw one pitch in the second, hit a fly ball to center. So he shoots that one foul into the seats. Boy, that got in the seats in a hurry. 0-2 count. The Angels have managed 4 hits against Griffin. 2 in the first, 1 each in the third and fourth innings. Just missing low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two on the way. That is hit down the right field line. This one's got a chance if it stays fair. That is gone. A big fly for Eric Ibar. 4th of the year, 3-0 Angels.
Boy, Ibar continues to swing the bat well here. That fastball, inner half, somehow was able to turn on it enough to drop the head of the bat and drive it out to right field. Especially consider when Griffin thought he had him struck out in the pitch before. Went inside once again with another fastball. Ready to get this one. Might have even been a cut fastball.
And kept it fair. That's the amazing thing.
That's something Vlad used to be able to do.
Fourth of the year, 35th run batted in. 1-0 to Shuck is fouled straight back. 1-1.
Now 20 home runs allowed this year by Griffin.
70 pitches for the A's right-hander. Shuck 1 for 2, an infield base hit in the first inning, scored the first run and grounded out to Moss in the third. So he fouls this one back. 1-2 now. Halos at the start of the day came in with 102 home runs on the year, 8th in the American League. 104 now. 3rd in batting average, 6th in runs scored. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5th in on base percentage and 4th in slugging. He played better at home prior to that last road trip.
Talk about balance in the lineup. Shuck singled, scored a run in the first. Pujols home run in the third. And Ibar a home run here in the 5th, batting in the number 9 spot.
Full count on Shuck with nobody out here in the 5th. JB bounces one to second. Sogard comes in. 1 away. To Griffin's credit. Not giving in once again on a 3-2 count, going with something soft, getting JB to roll over it.
Great command of all 4 of his pitches. And he will make a mistake with his pitches over the strike zone on occasion, but he doesn't walk batters, doesn't gift runs. Just 1 walk in the game. 29 on the entire season for him.
1 ball, no strikes on Trout. 0 for 1 tonight with a walk and a strikeout. 10-game hitting streak for him.
Pretty good swing there by Trout. Good fastball count. Got a fastball. Fouled it straight back.
That is hammered to left. Chris Young is back at the wall and gone. A big fly for Mike Trout. Make that an 11-game hitting streak. 4-0 Halos.
Boy, the All-Star had a great swing to pitch before and jumped on an off-speed pitch with all the power provided by himself to hit that one out to left center field. 16th home run of the season for Mike Trout. Now 60 RBI. Griffin knew it right away. Change up middle part of the plate.
That was a changeup that got him in the previous at-bat with the strikeout.
How strong you must be to hit a ball that far on a changeup. Pujols with his 16th home run this evening. Mike Trout with his 16th home run this season. Well out in left center field, and Eric Ibar home run this inning, also his 4th.
There's Albert. Takes inside for ball 1. Pujols 1 for 2. The fly to left in the first. The home run in the third. 16th of the year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trout with 60 runs batted in. Pujols with 58. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And keep in mind, Griffin in 2 starts in his career versus the Angels has only allowed 1 run. 16 innings. He's given up 4 here tonight.
2-1 is in. 3 balls and 1 strike. Oakland starting to get some action going in their bullpen. Right-hander Sonny Gray, first man up. The youngster. Albert lifts one out to right. Reddick back a couple of steps. 2 outs. That pitch just got in enough on Albert.
He's had 3 pretty good swings tonight, though. It's a great sign. Those 4 days off for Pujols.
So the bases cleared, 2 outs here in the 5th. 4-0 Angels. Josh Hamilton will step up. Hamilton 1 for 2, an RBI double in the first, a fly ball to center in the third. Ibar's gone deep, as is Mike Trout here in the 5th. 2 balls, no strikes. Two 1 count. Griffin staying with a fastball there. That'll even the count up. And he chases the pitch up and out of the strike zone. The inning comes to an end with the Halo strike for 2 long balls. Eric Ibar leading off the 5th, picks up his 4th of the year down the line. And then Mike Trout with his 16th of the season. We played 5 here at the Big A. 4-0 Angels. 4-0 Halos as we start the 6th inning. Jared Weaver back to work. He'll be facing 3, 4, and 5 for the Athletics here in the 6th inning. Donaldson, Lowry, and Reddick. Donaldson was at the plate when Jaso was picked off at first in the 5th inning.
With that momentum shift of a great defensive play by Chris Ionnet, and all of a sudden you look up, you score two runs after that great play by him.
Donaldson 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a fielder's choice. 2 balls and no strikes. 94th pitch of the night for Weaver. Donaldson chops it foul. Two 1 count. Six punch outs for Weaver, 3 walks, 3 hits allowed. Number back to the mound. 1 away.
And here's the Carl's Jr. Sports Update around Major League Baseball. Second half surprises. You always see that in Major League Baseball. Who pulls off that big deal to enable you to get into the postseason and on and off the DL? And Derek Jeter back on the disabled list. Matt Kemp looks like he's going to be coming off the DL for the Dodgers this Sunday. Ogando down with Texas.
This one pulled to first. Trumbo, a little bit of a bobble, waves off Weaver. 2 outs.
Also, when you look at the Angels right now, Tommy Hanson, talked to him today. Looks like it's a good chance he might come off the disabled list to get a start on Tuesday against the Minnesota Twins. Jason Vargas playing long toss, getting close. Peter Borges, you mentioned him earlier, getting closer to getting off that disabled list. So you want that health to make a run.
Much like the A's did last year. 9 back at the All-Star break and eventually won the division. Reddick takes upstairs for ball 1. Reddick tonight 1 for 2, singled in the 4th. Taking all the way.
Changeup in there too. 74-mile-an-hour changeup from Weaver.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Followed up by a slow curveball. We were trying to have a quick, clean inning here. And so she may give him a chance to start the 7th inning if you get a quick out here.
Evens up the count. Jared's had 1, 2, 3 inning. Now he's in the 1st. A couple of times tonight he's retired the first 2 batters to start an inning and then gave up a walk or a hit. Foul back. Still at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Brandon Moss is on deck.
6th full count of the game for Weaver. See him throw a number of changeups on 3-2 counts.
Extra day of rest, maybe. A little bit of effect.
No question. Plus, when you have 4 days off, you don't do as much throwing as you normally would do.
Try to throw that 3-2 curveball. It misses, and it's a 2-out walk.
As much as everyone loves the All-Star break, you get in your routines. And a lot of times as a pitcher, when you have that many days off, you don't throw a whole lot. Obviously, with the workout yesterday, played a little catch. But you're not in your normal routine. Is would you have long toss in between your bullpen session?
Moss, the first baseman, walked in the second, struck out in the fourth. Weaver wanted that pitch. Missed in, according to Tom Hallion. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Sonny Gray, the right-hander, still loosening for Oakland, so Halos might see him in the bottom of the inning.
Mike Butcher calling down to the bullpen now himself.
Scott Downs, Michael Kahn start to loosen. One and two. Folks, this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. 4-0 Angels, top of the 6th inning, 2 outs. Josh Reddick, the base runner at first base, a 2-out walk for him. 1-2 count on Brandon Moss. Swing and a miss, down goes Moss. As Weaver picks up his 7th strikeout of the night, we'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning, still 4-0 Halos.
Angels baseball is brought to you by AT&T Uverse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-ATT. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax. Start here. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers.
Angels on top as we start the bottom of the 6th inning here at the Big 8, 4-0 Halos. Kendrick Trumbo and Kayaspo to face a new pitcher for the Oakland Athletics. A.J. Griffin is done after 5 innings. 4 runs, 6 hits, including 3 home runs. And he gives way to Sonny Gray in and out. Who's in, who's out. Gray, a first-round pick of the Oakland A's in 2011, 18th overall selection out of Vanderbilt.
Yeah, very good fastball, 92 to 96. At times even gets a 4-seam fastball at 98. Slider, curveball, changeup.
Gray last year, this year in the PCL, 8-5 with a 2.81 ERA in 16 games. When he got called up on July the 10th through 2 scoreless innings against the Pirates in his big league debut. 16 starts at AAA for Sacramento. 102 and a third innings, 96 hits, 107 strikeouts. Spent all of last year at AA Midland.
Not a big guy though, kind of almost like a Rich Harden type.
Yeah. Listed at 5'11". Howie Kendrick 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a double. Double the 16th of the year. And that came leading off the 4th. So he looks to a strike. Griffin, by the way, had 4 strikeouts and issued 1 walk, and that was to Mike Trout back in the first. Rich Hart liked to with his windup on that first base side of the rubber.
Good arm action he has. Strong throwing shoulder.
Two one. Imagine Oakland coming into tonight's ball game with best staff ERA in the American League at 3.62. Grounder back toward the middle. Sogard to his right has it. 1 out. Let's go back and revisit our Hyundai key to the game.
That must be doing something right. Everyone have to pitch in for this game to be able to beat this red-hot Oakland A's team. So far, so good. Weaver's very solid through 6. Chris Iannetta went an outstanding defensive play in 3 solo shots, including Eric Ibar, Mike Trout, Albert Pujols. And the ability to manufacture a run on a double by Hamilton in the first inning. So everyone with an input in this lead right now in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Mark Trumbo at the plate. 0 for 2 tonight. Through the breaking ball. Trumbo grounded out to Donaldson in the first inning, struck out in the 4th.
Pretty hard slider, back-to-back at 85.
Greg grew up in Tennessee, originally drafted by the Cubs. Smyrna High School. 27th round of 2008. Opted to go to Vanderbilt. Trumbo chases the breaking ball, and down he goes for round number 2. That'll bring up Callaspo. Well, folks, MLB.TV celebrates 11 years. Catch all of the second half action in HD quality. To watch every out-of-market game live on more than 350 mobile and connected devices. Visit MLB.TV today. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere.
What about everyone pitching in this game? Callaspo made that outstanding play with Donaldson. Well hit baseball down the line to prevent a big inning also. So everyone chipping in.
Callaspo with a 1-ball, no strike count. 0 for 2 today. Fly ball to left in the 2nd inning. A ground ball to second in the 4th. The Angels getting a run in the 1st, a run in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th. Two and out. Looks like Dane De La Rosa has gotten up. Would not surprise me to see Weaver come back out and start the 7th. A's sending up the bottom 3rd of their order. Young, Smith, and Sogard. 2-0. There's a strike, 2-1.
Yeah, Weaver had that look when he was walking off the mound. As an ace in the staff, sometimes a manager will give you that option. If you tell him the right answer walking off the mound, that you may get an opportunity to go back out, try to finish off the 7th.
Six innings and 108 pitches for him. 7 strikeouts, 4 walks. And that is a 2-out walk. It'll bring up Chris Iannetta. Iannetta's 0 for 2. Ground down and a pop-up. Oh, it's just off the plate. First of a 6-game homestand, 3 against Oakland, 3 against the Minnesota Twins. The Halos head on the road. 4 in Oakland, 3 in Texas. 1-1. 20 straight for the Halos before their next off day. Got to avoid those 19-inning games.
Yeah, definitely. When you have that many games in a row, you want to deplete the bullpen.
2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1 off the plate. 3 balls and a strike. Gray, who tied the first 2 guys easily. Juan Callaspo has fallen behind here at 3 balls and 1 strike. With Ibar due on deck.
That's important, especially with Erick Ibar, the way he's been swinging the bat. An opportunity to hit here. The bottom of the 6th.
Foul back. Full count. Callaspo will be off at the next pitch. Callaspo takes off the 3-2, foul back. Slow breaking ball may have gotten a piece of Jay Soto.
For a youngster, you have a lot of confidence in your breaking ball to throw a 3-2 breaking ball. Especially with Ibar on deck. We're hitting .343 coming in this game his last 28 games. There's a home run, 1 for 2 tonight.
Another payoff pitch. Ineta hits a 1-hopper to Eric Sogard at second. The inning comes to an end. 6 in the books here at the Big A. 4-0 Angels.
Shoulders, the whip. Weave has been outstanding through 6. Donaldson cannot catch up to that high fastball. Hard slider gets Chris Young swinging. Seth Smith, hard slider down underneath. Swing Moss can't catch up with that 88-mile-an-hour fastball running away. Young once again, another slider. Weaver's been outstanding. Smith cannot stay back and make contact with a changeup. 7 punch-outs in the game for Weaver through 6.
108 pitches, second most pitches that Weaver's thrown in a ball game this year. That was his last time out. Most 2 starts ago at 114. Chris Young leading things off for Oakland. He will look at a strike. Young, Smith, and Sogard. Bottom third of the order for Bob Melvin. Dane De La Rosa ready to go for the Angels if necessary. Young 0 for 2, getting to start. Last minute start in left field for Yoenis Cespedes. Sore left wrist for him was a late scratch. 0 and 2.
Great location. Those 2 fastballs from Weaver.
One ball, 2 strikes. 7 punch outs, 4 walks, 3 hits allowed for Weaver. There's the 1-2. Fouled off to the right.
Still good life in the fastball for Weaver.
Off speed, swing, and a miss. Down goes Young, 1 out.
It's 3 strikeouts for Chris Young against Weaver tonight. 2 on sliders and that one on a slow curveball. And a great job of snapping that curveball off. Out in front, no contact made by Young.
Seth Smith, the DH, steps in now. Swings the first one, pulls it over to Trumbo. Waves off Weaver. 2 down. Two outs, nobody out for Sogard, the second baseman. He's had a 1 for 2 night. Double down the right field line, back into third. His 15th double of the year.
Still that conversation with Weaver with Trumbo. Don't know that he has that side of the infield. He could play back. The bunt by Sogard, he'll have coverage, Weaver, and allows Trumbo to have better coverage at first base area.
Slow curveball misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Callaspo in over at third just in case. 2-0. Hits the corner. It's been a little bit of a struggle for Weaver tonight, but he's battled through with a lot of pitches thrown. Sogard tries to bunt his way on. Callaspo is playing back, and it's an infield base hit with 2 outs.
So Mike Scioscia may go to the bullpen now after that bunt hit by Sogard.
And sure enough, with Coco Crisp coming up, looks like Scott Downs is going to come into the game to turn Coco Crisp around to bat from the right side. So Weaver is done after 6 2/3. He'll get a terrific round of applause, and he'll depart leading it 4-0.
Angels baseball is brought to you by AT&T, Rethink Possible, and by El Pollo Loco, crazy you can taste.
Halos on top 4-0. 2 outs here in the 7th. Scott Downs on to take over for Jared Weaver to face Coco Crisp with a man on at first base. Nice outing for Weaver, 118 pitches, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks, 4 hits. The fourth one, the 2-out bunt base hit by Eric Sogard, the 9th place hitter.
On a 2-1 count, the boot.
Yep. In a 4-0 game. Crisp 1 for 3, singled and stole a base in the 5th. First one from Downs is cut on and missed. Coco hitting .224 and 107 at-bats this year from the right side compared to .287 at the start of the day from the left. 4 for 15 in his career against Scott. Downs has had a nice season so far. 2-2 mark at a 1.33 ERA. This being his 40th game. It's down and in.
His command of his fastball has been very good. Both sides of the plate. 87 to 89 range.
Breaking ball drops in first strike, 1-2.
We'll see if Scott will paint the fastball right on the outside corner, keep it down.
Sogard over at first, trouble playing in front of him. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Crisp. The inning comes to an end. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. 4-0 Angels.
Dan Straley takes the hill for Oakland, faces C.J. Wilson. Dan Straley 1-0 in his career versus the Angels. The ERA over 7 though. C.J. Wilson 8-7 in his career with 5 saves and an ERA 3.65 against Oakland. Very effective starting against the Oakland A's, especially here at the Big A.
Here at the bottom of the 7th inning, the Angels setting up 9-1-2. Ibar, Shucken, and Trout.
Very good in his last 6 starts for CJ. 5-1 with an ERA just over 2.
Ibar 1 for 2 with a home run in the 5th Sonny Gray back out for his second inning of work. Strikeout and a walk last inning. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Home run for Ibar, his 4th of the year. Halos have homered 3 times tonight. Pujols started it. Solo shot into third with 2 outs. Ibar led off the 5th inning with a home run, and then Trout with 1 out homered himself. 3-0 count.
I'd like to see Ibar take a pitch. Opportunity to potentially steal a base if he gets on.
3-1. Donaldson playing it over at third. Caught the inside corner, full count. Bouncer to second. One away.
Sogard has been busy tonight. Ground balls hit his way. Made some pretty good plays. 6 ground balls his way, including that slow roller early in the game, and he used the bare hand against Chris Iannetta.
There's J.B. Shuck, the left fielder. Looks at a strike. J.B. 1 for 3. Infield base hit back in the first. Come around to score the first run. Oh, 2 down. A lot of finals throughout Major League Baseball. As a matter of fact, the only other game that's still ongoing is in San Francisco, where the Giants lead the Diamondbacks 2-0 in the 7th. Mentioned earlier that Baltimore defeated Texas 3-1. Seattle took care of Houston 10-7 as Shuck goes down swinging for out number 2. The Halos leading this one 4-0 as Trout comes up now with 2 outs and the bases clear. This is what he did back in the 5th.
A changeup from A.J. Griffin. After a good swing on a fastball 2-0 count, got a changeup 2-1 and hits it out to left center field. His 16th home run of the season. Now 60 RBI.
11-game hitting streak for Trout. He started the day 2nd in the American League in batting average. He swings through that one.
One thing you always look for that first game back from the All-Star break is some low-scoring games. There was a number of them. There was a couple games in Houston with a 10-7 with Seattle, but a number of low-scoring games because the timing of hitters, having those 4 days off, very difficult to get back in the swing of things.
This one's fouled off to the right, 0-2. De La Rosa back up. Oakland in the 8th will have Jaso, Donaldson, and Lowry due up 2, 3, and 4. Pujols on deck. Here's the 1-2. This is fouled off to the right. Now, one thing's for certain with Gray, at least through an inning of 2/3, right-handed batters, he has not thrown one pitch in. Everything's been away.
Everything's been away, either a slider, a curve, or fastball.
You wonder if it goes to that slider here with a 1-2 count. Trying to come inside. for show. 2-2.
Not a bad miss by him at 94, just off the inside corner. Now, if you're Trout, you have to be looking away. If Gray's confident enough with his fastball, it's not a bad time to go back inside.
Called strike 3. Down goes Trout. A 1-2-3 inning for Gray. 7 on the books. 4-0 Angels. Angels. Scott Downs back out on the mound. 2, 3, and 4 due up. Time now for a Coors Light pregame.
Oh, a great play by Josh Donaldson. Some great range down the line. Trumbo thought he had a potential double, maybe possibly driving in a couple runs. Donaldson, great play, strong throwing arm, gets on Trumbo at first base. Donaldson not only doing it with the bat, but also doing it with the glove. That pregame is brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Well, Scott Downs warmed up. John Jaso is a scheduled batter, but Derek Norris was announced as the pinch hitter. So we're going to have ourselves a pitching change. Dane De La Rosa is coming into the ballgame with the Angels leading it 4-0. Get to hear this not only tonight but tomorrow as well as Sunday afternoon. What did Hank Conger do on his All-Star break, and currently leading its laundry at 64%?
I was thinking maybe hunting.
You think so?
You got to eat.
Yeah, I guess you do. Could have laid out. Weather was great here all week.
But it was outstanding.
Laundry right now currently leading that charge. We can't wait to go back in there and do this again tomorrow. Dane De La Rosa comes into the ball game. He will face Derek Norris, the pinch hitter. 43rd game of the year for De La Rosa. 4-1 record and a 3.53 ERA. Norris, Donaldson, and Lowry, 3 batters that De La Rosa will face here in the 8th inning. Norris hitting .208. 0 for 7 as a pinch hitter this year. Take over behind the plate. Bottom of the inning. This one's in for a strike at 95. John Jaso, by the way, finishes the night going 0 for 1. Had 2 walks. Both against Weaver. One ball, 1 strike.
Weaver now with 24 2/3 scoreless innings in a row against Oakland.
Missed low apparently, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Oakland with no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. They've left 7 on base. The Halos have stranded 4, but they've scored 4 runs, 6 hits, and committed no errors. Norris pops it up. Trumbo crosses into foul territory. Makes the grab for the first out.
The all-important first out here late in the game against Oakland, because they've come back in a number of games the last couple of seasons to make sure they swing their way on.
Yeah, there's no relax and cruise control when it comes to the Oakland A's in the last couple of years. There's Josh Donaldson, a third baseman with 1 out, nobody on. Donaldson 0 for 3. Last time up, bounce went back to the mound. Jared Weaver. Weaver tonight 6 2/3, no runs, 3 hits. Donaldson looks at a strike. Downs, by the way, get credit for 1/3 of an inning. And it was a strikeout to end the 7th of Coco Crisp. Oh, and 2, 97.
It's pretty firm. 96, 97.
4-day All-Star break. Feeling good.
Feeling real good. He certainly has pitched in a number of games for Mike Scioscia. Very valuable part out of the bullpen, De La Rosa.
Now the 0-2. Chopper defensive swing. Trumbo cuts over there. And really on a ball that should have been Howie's. De La Rosa stopped. There goes an infield base hit.
And that's one thing as a pitcher, you still have to go through all the way to the base. And a lot of times as a first baseman, Mark Trumbo will go right back to the base. With a hesitation by De La Rosa. No chance to get Donaldson. He gets an infield base hit. In the thought process, anything hit to that side of the field as a pitcher, you go right to the base no matter what.
5th hit for the Halos, or pardon me, for the Athletics. Jed Lowry steps in, 0 for 3. Cleanup hitter, shortstop. A couple of fly ball outs and a ground out to Trumbo in the 6th. This one looped foul into the seats. 0-2 count. Oakland has action in their bullpen. Pat Neshek, Submariner getting ready. Sonny Gray has worked 2 innings of relief. A.J. Griffin got the start and went 5 tonight. Gave up 4 runs on 6 hits. 3 home runs allowed by Griffin. Now the 0-2. Lowry skies one to right. Playable for Hamilton. Calls off Kendrick. 2 outs. Josh Reddick will come up. Stick around after the Live Sound Angels Live post game. Presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Break it all down after the game with Tim Salmon. Jose Mota will probably join us as well. Maggio. Even Mark Gubicza. Post game extraordinaire.
You're quick, man. You go right from the game, run down to the set. Post game show.
They've yet to pull a hamstring, but there's time. There's plenty of time.
And we are playing Oakland, so don't say that one.
Right. Here's Reddick. That one's way inside. Gets by Iannetta. Wild pitch advances Donaldson over to second.
Chris Iannetta expecting a fastball in the outside corner. Instead, a fastball well off the plate, inside and down. Being a wild pitch for De La Rosa. Just his second wild pitch this season.
This one bounced to Kendrick. The inning comes to an end. One to the bottom of the 8th here at the Big A. The Angels on top 4-0. No multi-hit games as of yet for the Angels, but the home run prevalent, 3 of them tonight.
Yeah, some good at-bats. The entire lineup, some solid defense plays by Callaspo and Iannetta to prevent some big innings for Oakland.
Big Bang Friday got started off early with Albert Pujols and his home run. That was in the 3rd. Then 2 home runs in the 5th. Ibar and Trout. Sonny Gray back out there facing Albert. Breaking pitch is in for a strike. Derek Norris is indeed behind the plate. He pinch hit for John Jaso. Pujols, Hamilton, and Kendrick here in the 8th inning. Oh, 2. This one's out to the alley in right center field. That gets down for a hit. Coco cuts it off. Albert will stay right there. Lead off single for him. And now we have our first multi-hit game of the night.
And 4 good at-bats by Pujols.
Bob Melvin is coming out. Neshek is ready to go in the bullpen. And it looks like Sonny Gray's night will come to an end after 2 innings plus 1 batter. A pitching change here in the 8th. Angels on top 4-0. Summary for tonight with the Angels up 1-0. Albert Pujols made it 2-0 in the 3rd with his 16th home run of the year. This was a key play for Chris Inetta, throwing out John Jaso at first base to end the 5th inning. Then Eric Ibar made it 3-0, leading off the 5th inning. 1 out later, Mike Trout made it 4-0 as he picks up his 16th home run of the season as well. And that's where we stand right now. Albert Pujols has picked up a leadoff single to start this 8th inning. And it's Jerry Blevins, the lefty, on to face Josh Hamilton. Brad Hopp pinch running at first base for Albert Pujols. Hamilton takes down low. Josh 1 for 3, an RBI double back into first. He's hit a fly ball to center and has struck out.
Blevin, pretty good fastball, 87 and 91. Very good slider, curveball, changeup.
One-0 pitch. Hamilton loops one down the line. That is going to get down for a hit. Reddick cuts it off. Hopp ends up at third base. A 2-hit game for Josh Hamilton. The handles with runners at the corners with nobody out here in the 8th.
Well, you remember earlier in the game you were talking about that need for Pujols and Hamilton to start putting together. Well, both of them with 2 hits.
And with that base hit, that's going to be it for Blevins. Neshek will now come on. As we've got ourselves another pitching change. We're still in the 8th. 2 men on, nobody out. 4-0 Angels. Pat Neshek getting ready with nobody out here in the 8th inning. Brad Hott, the pinch runner, standing at third. Josh Hamilton at first base. Neshek, 32nd game for him this year. 2-1 mark at a 2.86 ERA, facing the right-hand hitting Howie Kendrick.
Neshek, not overpowering, very deceptive delivery, 85 to 89. A lot of sliders. Over 40% of his pitches will be sliders. Occasional changeup.
Angels looking for some insurance runs here in the 8th. Middle infielders playing back, looking for that double play ball. Donaldson guarding the line and almost on the bag at third. First one is a strike. Howie tonight 1 for 3, double back in the 4th, his 16th of the year. One of 8 hits for the Angels tonight. Fouls it off. 0-2 count. Now the middle infielders come in against Kendrick.
Especially with Neshek, a lot of sliders away. Now he's just looking to serve one in the right field to get the job done and score a run.
Moss holding Hamilton on at first base, so there's a hole on the right side of the infield. Off the plate. 1-2. Trumbo's on deck. 1-2 pitch. Now he fouls it off to the right. Breaking pitch down and away. The Angels with solo runs in the 1st and 3rd and 2 in the 5th. Oakland has had a man in scoring position 3 times tonight, the 3rd, 5th, and 8th innings. Not been able to cash him in. Protect mode there with 2 strikes.
Nice job by Howie just making contact. Still looking for a mistake by Neshek to be able to get the run across.
Pulled to third. And got Hop and a rundown. Going on contact. Donaldson applies the tag. 1 out.
That was well played by Oakland. A quick rundown preventing Hamilton to get over to third base. Donaldson did a nice job fielding that ball, getting right away into Norris at the plate, who runs back. Hop be able to make the play and no more advancement of the base runner. Runs a fastball in. Quickly gets rid of it and forces Norris to be able to run Brad Hall right back to the base and not allowing Hamilton to get to third base. Well done by Oakland.
Trumbo tonight 0 for 3 with a ground down and a couple of punch outs. Looks at a strike. Wishes he could have that one back. A little backup slider on the inside part of the plate.
Usually when you throw those pitches, it's gone.
Oh, 2 count. Trumbo strikes out, swinging, 2 down. So it'll be up to Alberto Callaspo here to face Neshek. bring home a little insurance run with the Angels up 4-0. Halos now 1 for 9 tonight with men in scoring position. Came into tonight's ball game hitting .266. Men in scoring position on the season.
This Oakland bullpen, very effective. They have a 1.83 ERA in the last 13 games.
Inside for ball one. Yeah, overall, Oakland's bullpen 15-10 with a 3.12 ERA. Their starters with a 3.86 mark. Jepson and Kahn still loosening for the Halos. Oakland in the ninth inning will have Moss, Young, and Smith due up, barring a pinch hitter. So this is down and away for ball two. Alberto's 0 for 2, fly ball to left, and the ground down. He's also walked. Has himself a 9-game hitting streak. Last opportunity perhaps to extend it. One would hope. This one's line to left field. Chris Young comes charging in, makes the running catch. And the Angels unable to cash in some insurance runs. Late of the night, 4-0 Halos. Rivalry as Robinson Cano leads the Yankees into Boston to battle David Ortiz and the American League East leading Boston Red Sox. Fox Saturday Baseball begins tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Pacific. Here in the ninth inning, the Angels up by the score of 4-0. Mike Scioscia's handed the ball off to Kevin Jepson to try to finish this one off. Moss, Young, and Smith, the scheduled 3 batters for the A's. Kevin pitching in his 28th game. 1-2 mark and a 3.97 ERA.
Kevin Jepson needing that command and the confidence back with his fastball. 94, 97 range cut fastball, hard slider.
Kevin takes over for Dane De La Rosa, who had 1 inning. Faced 4 batters, gave up a hit. Jepson trying to close it out for Jared Weaver, looking for his 4th win of the season. Weaver tonight 6 2/3. No runs, 3 hits, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks. Brandon Moss, the first baseman, will step in. 0 for 2. Walked into second. Strikeouts in the 4th and 6th. Those against Weaver. Jepson misses inside for ball 1. Kevin last pitched Saturday against Seattle. Went 1 inning and now had 2 punch outs.
Good life on the fastball here too for Jepson. It's all from De La Rosa.
Weaver 6 2/3, Downs 1/3, De La Rosa 1, and now Jepson 2-1 count. $43,515 tonight on Big Bang Friday. Starting off a 6-game homestand. Three and one now. Back at it tomorrow night. 6:05 start. C.J. Wilson will be on the mound for the Angels. He'll be opposed by Dan Stralin. Three right-handers the Angels to face this weekend. Bartolo Colon will go on Sunday against Jerome Williams. Full count now. And for whatever reason, maybe the second half the Angels can figure it out, but they have struggled against left-handed pitching all season long. Just a .239 team batting average against lefties this year compared to .277 versus righties.
We've had many a conversation, still so surprised at that, considering how many right-handed power hitters the Angels have in the lineup.
And these guys hit well against left-handed pitching last year. 3-2, and that's looped out toward right field. Hamilton moving over. He'll play it on a hop. Now misplays the baseball, and Moss will advance to second. Wonder if that ball got lost on him. Looked like it hung up enough for him to get to it. And it is a single with an error for Moss and Hamilton.
That's the 8th error this year for Hamilton in right field.
First time tonight that Oakland has had their leadoff man reach. Here's Chris Young. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. This one's out to the alley in right center field and hit well. Trout and Hamilton giving chase. Neither one of them can get to it. Moss is going to be waved in. Here comes a throw to the plate, and he is safe. Oakland is on the board. It's 4-1 Angels. Mike Gallego, the third base coach, at the last minute tried to stop Moss after he waved him home. The throw one hops. Iannetta can't handle it. And nobody out with a man on and 1 run in.
Yeah, what a good throw there from Howie. That one hop, tricky hop. Iannetta is able to make the play. I think it surprised Howie that he was going. Iannetta trying to catch and apply the tag at the same time. They have a chance of getting out at home plate.
And now that means Mike Scioscia and Mike Butcher have to get Ernesto Frieri up now.
Gallego's trying to hold up Moss. He was determined to go all the way in and score.
But Kevin Jepson gives up the leadoff single to Moss after falling behind. Now the double to Chris Young, and that's going to be it. Struggles against the Oakland A's continue in his career for Jepson. Ernesto Frieri is coming on with nobody out here in the ninth and a 4-1 Angels lead. Moss and Young. Also the error by Josh Hamilton has plated a run for the Oakland Athletics, 4-1. That means Mike Scioscia's hand the ball off to the birthday boy, Ernesto Frieri, turning 28 today. Pitching in his 40th game, an 0-1 record at a 2.88 ERA. And he'll be facing Seth Smith, the DH.
When this Oakland club, this never goes away quietly, that's for sure. Frieri with 40 in the 2/3 innings pitched, 61 punch-outs. Melvin's club always fights till the end, no question.
Jepson responsible for Young standing at second base. His 11th double, picked up his 29th run batted in. Oakland now with 7 hits on the night. Smith tonight 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, 1 for 6 in his career against Ernesto. Callaspo playing in. Over at third base, 3 infielders on the right side against Smith. The first one is a strike. One ball, one strike. 40 2/3 innings for Frieri this year. 26 hits, 61 strikeouts, 21 walks. Opponents hitting 178 against him. He pitched Sunday in the loss to Seattle. 1 inning in that one. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Well-located fastball from Ernesto against Smith.
One-two on the way. Called strike 3. Down goes Smith. 1 out.
Way out there, fastball inside part of the plate at 95. Goes fastball away with good movement at 95 on the outside corner at the knees. Huge first out for Ernesto and the Angels here.
Eric Sogard, the batter. He's the second baseman. A couple of hits for him tonight. A double and a bunt base hit back in the 7th. So a fastball. First strike. Young standing at second base with 1 out. Oh, 1 on the way. Sogard tardy on that fastball. It's 0-2. Trumbo backs up at third. Callaspo backs up a couple of steps at third base. Trumbo at first, pardon me.
Yeah, you wonder if Ernesto goes upstairs now with a fastball to try to get the second out here.
Coco Crisp on deck. Sogard pops it up down the left field line. Colin Cowgill coming in, but everyone runs out of room. The count remains 0 balls, 2 strikes, and 9 added. Frieri going to talk things over.
Still ahead of the count, 0-2. Just expand the strike zone with a fastball.
Fouled off. Still at 0-2.
Don't think he could go upstairs with a fastball. Sogard might have a tough time catching up to that 95 with movement upstairs.
Another 0-2. It's fouled off to left. Speed pitch, and a pretty good one at that. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think that froze everyone. Right down the middle of the plate.
So hit the heart of the plate.
The old take is you try to avoid the middle.
Sogard lifts one out to center. It's playable for Trout. 2 outs. Tom Hallion was looking fastball as well.
I think so too.
So with Young at second, 2 outs here in the 9th, Coco Crisp will step to the plate. Crisp 1 for 4, singled, stole a base in the 5th. Nesto's first one is down and away. Heddle's looking for their 45th win. Win it for Weaver as Crisp lifts one out to left. Playable for Josh Hamilton. Light that baby up as the Angels take game 1 against the Oakland A's by the final of 4-1.
And a great start here to the second half. Some solo shots by Mike Trout, or Ibar, Albert Pujols. A couple hit performance by Pujols and Hamilton. Outstanding defense by Chris Iannetta on the pickoff at first. Good job behind the plate also. Ernesto Frieri saves his 23rd game for Jared Weaver, who wins number 4 on the season. A.J. Griffin takes loss, now falls to 8-7, but a solid game all around. We talked about the need for everybody to be a part of this victory. Even Callasco made a very nice play at third base to prevent the Oakland A's from having a big inning. So defense, offense, great pitching set the tone by 6 2/3 shutout baseball by Jared Weaver. Now 24 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings against Oakland. Big victory here to starting off the second half, 4-1. Angels with 8 hits, 1 error. Oakland with 1 run, 7 hits, and 1 error themselves. A solid game all around for the Angels, picking up this win. Big start to the second half against the opponent that leads the division in Oakland. And now Jose Mota's down there on the field. Going to interview now with, looks like, Ernesto Frieri to be able to talk about that big victory here tonight on his birthday. Happy birthday, Ernesto.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Well, Ernesto, it is a very special day for you and for the Angels, but for you especially, why?
Oh, because today is my birthday, and this is the best gift that anybody have given me. You know, to start the second half with a victory, that's huge.
For all the fans, happy birthday, man. First of all, the other thing, too, is in terms of getting better about pitch selection and being more economical, what has been the key for you to come out here and go out there and throw strikes and minimize your pitches?
You know what? You got to make adjustment. You know, you need to get better every single day, and I've been working a lot in my mechanic. I've been working a lot in attack the strike zone, throw the first pitch for a strike, use my breaking ball pitches, and I'm getting more confident with them too.
How important was it for you guys, even out of the bullpen, to watch Jared Weaver set the mark and also to watch the offense come out here and put some runs early on the board?
It was a great game. It was fun to watch. I mean, we did everything we could to win the game. I mean, Weaver, he's amazing, man. He can pitch. He's a fighter. and he showed it tonight, and he did a great job. We came from the bullpen and hold the game, and finally we got the victory.
And how big was it to beat the Oakland A's, knowing the importance of the climb uphill that you guys have as a ball club?
I mean, we got to beat every single team, but these guys, they're tough. They can play baseball. They make good plays. They can swing the bat pretty good. So it's very important for us to start the second half with a victory against a team like the Oakland A's.
And for everybody involved, happy birthday, Ernesto Frieri. Feliz cumpleaños.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Ernesto gets it done for the Angels. He gets a save. He matches last year's total. Angels Live, Victor Ross and Tim Salmon will be back here on Fox Sports West.